Welcome back to the YouTube. So in the last video, I was talking about plans for this week, treatment with 360 Optimum hair. So I'm going down for laser this morning, and as I mentioned, Sophie is kindly going to take my blood work. She's going to do my blood draw, so I can get my blood work sent off and analysed with U3 Visited. So this morning I've been up early, got some work done because I'm a corporate girly, and I'm just tidying up the freshly washed barnet ahead of going down to see Soph. I've got an appointment at 9 a.m, hence being online earlier for work. It's the beauty of going to bed at like 8 o'clock is you wake up at 5:30 in the morning, you can get loads done. The back of my hair ain't my business. If it's messy back there, whatever. When I was a teenager, I straightened my hair within an inch of its life. But now I'm an old bird. As long as can't get my words out this morning. As long as it looks relatively tidy, I'm fine with it. Let's have a quick chat about hair loss, because it's a hot topic for me at the moment. And it's a hot topic for me at the moment because that's the amount of hair I'm losing every time I wash my hair. And as part of the hair regrowth process, Sophie was like, you need to wash your hair every couple of days, because when you wash your hair and you put on the follicle treatment, that's going to get into... Focus on that, not me. The focus is on my face. Anyway, she was like, you need a fresh wash in the follicle, get the follicle clean, put the follicle treatment on. So I'll be honest, I'm getting quite upset every time I'm washing my hair because so much of it is coming out, and under here there's nothing left. Like, that is just coming from the top of my head. That's it. And then there's just a full gap. You can see it if I put it forward. There's just a full gap there of just nothing. That side is a little bit worse than this side, but again, if I pull that out of the way and pull this back, you can see I've just got no hair there. So it's very upsetting every time I wash my hair, but like I've said a couple of times on Instagram, I get asked questions about it, or I do a post about it. You can't be upset about what has happened. You can't change that. You've just got to crack on and try and deal with it. So, washing my hair every couple of days, using the follicle treatment. When I do wash my hair, I use the shampoo and the conditioner, and then, as everyone should be doing anyway, a heat spray, so you're protecting from heat damage, an argan oil, try and keep the hydration in the hair, and as you just saw, I don't run the straightener and hairdryer over my hair very much. A rough dry on a cool setting, and I do a light straighten just so it doesn't look too wild. But yeah, in the words of, I can't remember, was it Blue? Elton John? It's a sad, sad situation, and it's getting more and more absurd. So sad. I'm not going to go through a full rendition. It is a shit situation, but we're going to deal with it. It's just shit happens. First world problems. Right, it's 8:30. I'm going to drive down to Brighton now, get my blood draw done, have a laser treatment, come back, crack on with work. Yeah. Let's hope I don't pass that this one.
No, yeah.
This is my absolute worst nightmare. So I'm not entirely sure why it's not working, but we're going to try the other arm. I've had 2.5 litres of water this morning, so I don't know.
Yeah, you're not dehydrated. We can see the veins beautifully.
I'm vascular, but yeah, don't know why. So much to my dismay, we go again.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, right.
Success?
Yeah.
This bit I won't look at.
No.
This is the bit that when you were doing my PRP, I looked around.
So like the last bit you want to look at, yeah.
So, why should someone use the shampoo, conditioner, and follicle treatment together?
Okay, so somebody should use the 360 Optimum Hair shampoo, conditioner and follicle treatment together to get like a well-rounded treatment plan. So if you don't really have any hair loss concerns and you just want to strengthen your hair, a nice switch to the shampoo and conditioner will benefit as balancing the scalp, making the hair hydrated, faster hair growth. When you add the follicle treatment into the mix, it's more of a well-rounded treatment plan for somebody experiencing hair loss, shedding and thinning, because we've got higher strengths of the actives and you're leaving them on the scalp. So you've kind of got step one is getting the hair and the scalp in the best condition possible, and that's with the shampoo and conditioner, avoiding sodium lauryl sulfates, oils, silicones. The growth stimulators are in there, but when you add the follicle treatment into the mix, you're leaving the daily topical on there. It's enhanced. There's creatine, caffeine, Capilia longa is the peptide from the turmeric plant, keeping the follicle in the growing phase for longer, shedding for less time. So yeah, stronger treatment plan.
And how frequently should the shampoo conditioner be used? How frequently should you wash your hair? And how frequently should you put the follicle treatment on? Because I think a lot of girls my age grew up with like, no, the longer you leave your hair washed, the better. 10 days, it'll start cleaning itself.
Yeah, exactly that.
So how frequently should you wash your hair?
So if you are treating hair loss and thinning, you absolutely want to be washing your hair more often. And when you are experiencing a lot of shedding, which can come with many types of hair loss, it can be really scary washing your hair often, because that's when you see it come out. The shedding is, predominantly sort of kept when you've got your hair tied up or you're not really touching it. It has shed, but it's kind of glued there in place in your daily sweat, oil, etc. But washing it often means the actives can get to work. Like if you're putting a follicle treatment on a dirty scalp, it's not going to penetrate the scalp as effectively. And actually the products are designed to be used every day, so they are very gentle. I think with longer hair types, there does have to be some balance on how often you're heat styling it, brushing it, straightening it. There is that element, but if we were talking about what's best for the hair loss, it would be washing it every single day. Longer hair types, a lot of our female patients, we tend to go with every other. So it means you get the follicle treatment sprayed onto the scalp and massaged in every single day, and perhaps washing it every other to meet in the middle.
Okay, and you have a daily supplement as well.
Yes.
So am I right in saying the shampoo and conditioner and follicle treatment kind of work on the exterior, getting into the follicle, but working on the exterior, and then the supplement will work from within to help new hair growth?
Yes, yeah, they do both help new hair growth to some extent.
Okay.
Yeah, so with the supplement, we are ensuring that there are no nutrient deficiencies that are going to contribute towards hair loss and thinning. Having said that, the bloods are so important, because we don't just chuck iron in there, vitamin D in there, thyroid support in there, because if we did, for the average person that we're just looking to accelerate hair growth, it would overload with some of those things. So some elements like B vitamins, you can't really have too much of that. So we've got the folate, the biotin, B5, B6. they're all fine, because even if your levels were already sitting quite high, there's never going to be like an overload in there. But saw palmetto is really important when hormones are fluctuating. Definitely if we have anything that's PCOS related or male female pattern baldness, it helps to regulate the hormones and stop the male dominant hormone from binding to the receptors in the scalp. And then we've also got something in there called anagen that's derived from the pea shoot plant. When you take it orally, it's encouraging the hair follicle to stay in the growing phase for longer, shedding for less time, which is also what the Capilla Longa is doing topically. So we're kind of targeting that from an external point of view, but also internally.
I have a question which always makes me laugh, because I know the answer, but there's always some hairdresser
Yes.
or some TikTok bloody girl who goes, put rosemary oil on your hair.
Yes.
Rosemary oil does fuck all.
So there were some studies, they're very wishy-washy. They compared it to 2% minoxidil, and this is what nobody on TikTok does when they're promoting it, but in the trials, it was only shown to have a bit of increase in growth after 6 months when it was applied twice a day. But it was applied by massaging it into the scalp, so it could have actually been the massaging. It wasn't just applied to a hair follicle and then let's see what happens. So none of the people you see promoting it online are applying it twice a day, every day, and not seeing a change till 6 months. They're all saying, oh look, I started applying this 1 week ago and I've got all this new hair growth, and they part like a really thinning bit and then they part like a thicker bit the next time, and they're showing you there before and after. So there was a study, quite wishy-washy. It was only compared to 2% minoxidil. So it's not as strong as something that I've seen with the Capilla Longa peptide. Not only that, a lot of people will get fungal buildup on the scalp from applying oils daily. Our scalp produces a yeast that is always present no matter how clean we are, but it can, if you create the perfect breeding ground for that yeast to develop, it will. And then you get yellow sort of build up that you can kind of scratch off the scalp. It's gross. So when that TikTok trend first blew up, the amount of people I was seeing in clinic with yellow funky build up on the scalp was insane. Yeah.
And another one which I see a lot of Instagram ads for since I obviously post about hair loss, is loads of people pushing DHT blockers.
Yes, which the saw palmetto is. So DHT blockers do have a role in treating hair loss and thinning if it is caused by male or female pattern baldness, also known as androgenic alopecia. And this is where, so we all have male and female hormones within our body. Testosterone converts to DHT, dihydrotestosterone, and that will bind to receptors on the scalp, but they're only present at the top. So if you think of like a typical elderly man that's gone bald in his 90s, say, the hair's gone on top, but it's still there at the back and the sides. So all that will do is slow down the DHT from binding to receptors at the top of the scalp. It's not going to fix a telogen effluvium, which is like a sudden onset of shedding. It's going towards a treatment plan of treating male or female pattern baldness, which is the gradual thinning around the hairline, through the parting in the crown, for men and women.
Amazing. And if someone was suffering with hair loss, in the same way as, let's use me as an example, where mine isn't breakage, it is hair falling, shedding from the scalp, what would be your advice to them for a plan to A, try and reduce the shedding, and B, help new hair growth come through?
Yeah, so when we see a sudden onset of shedding in the way Hannah's experiencing, it's really important to know that that trigger was about 2, 3 or 4 months ago. So it's not everything she's doing now, so we want to look at the timeline and see what was happening then. I mean, obviously I'd always recommend like a professional consultation, somebody that's going to ask you questions of things you might not even have thought about that could be linked, and kind of look back over the last 6 months and work out the underlying causes. We've got to identify that. Normally with a lot of female patients, the advice would be to run bloods to check for vitamin deficiencies, hormone imbalances, thyroid imbalance, insulin sensitivity. We're kind of looking for things that anything that could be contributing. And then it's important to know that when you start treatment, it's going to take 3 to 6 months to see it coming through, because whatever we're doing now will show in about 3 months' time, just like the trigger of the hair loss was about 3 months ago. So you can feel like you're doing everything right, but you're still losing hair. But at some point in that first 3 months, the transition will come where the shedding gradually reduces. And you could even have had some new growth in that time, but it does take a bit of time for it all to kick in.
Amazing. I think that is everything. I'm currently just having a little bit of laser with Sophie now. The laser obviously being very important. So
Yes.
if anyone doesn't know about red light therapy,
Mm-hmm.
what do they need to know as like their top 3?
So whilst Hannah is sat under the laser, it's increasing blood flow to the scalp, bringing more oxygenated cells and nutrients. But with true low-level laser therapy diodes, what they've been shown to do is reach the mitochondria, which is like the battery pack of the cell. And they effectively, if you imagine we're charging that battery pack to make it perform better, the job of it is to produce ATP energy, so it's going to produce more of it. And in these cells, it causes the cells called mitosis. So one healthy hair cell would duplicate and produce another, and again and again. So we're speeding up the production of hair cells, which are made of keratin, topic protein. So making sure protein intake in the diet is where it should be is important. So it sets the foundation for the laser to come in and produce more of those hair cells at a faster rate.
Amazing. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The laser treatment I need to come for more frequently, really. It's just like, I think everyone would feel the pain of this life. Like, you're working, you have social things that you've got to keep up with, partners, families, kids, and everything else, and it's just trying to find the time. But if you can come down and have treatments done, then I would highly recommend. Also, Sophie offers PRP therapy. So that's plasma, where the plasma is taken out of the blood, separated, and then injected back into the scalp. And that, again, will just help accelerate any hair growth that you're going to see over that, as Sophie says, 3 to 6 month period. So yeah, that's me done. I've got a few minutes left on this, and then I am jumping in the car, taking my U3 visitor blood work to the post office that I can get off, and then I will head home for work. So I'm inserting this here because I thought about inserting the loom from Mads, and then I was like, there's a lot of information there you guys don't even need. But what I will say is, basically, you can check out my Instagram post today, but the blood work is actually far better than we thought it would be. I'm in a pretty good spot. There are things that we'd like to improve. For example, progesterone, even though I take 200 milligrams every evening, it could be better. It's still quite low on the range, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's not adding up. Like, it should be higher than it is. There were changes that we made around vitamin D3K2. I was taking it every single day. I actually looked at the ESN supplement bottle, and it says on it, weirdly, it says take it every 3 days. So I was taking it every day. I've now moved it to every 3 days, which will bring that down because it was really, really high. We added in some NAC because NAC was low. Things like creatine were high, but I had trained, I think, 2 days before. Probably wasn't 2 days if you actually added up the time. So yeah, maybe before bloods I just need to take 3 days off. But that sort of stuff is to be expected. So yeah, there's nothing really weird or wonderful there, which is exactly what you want to see post prep. You want good bloods back. And it means that we're in a pretty good state to go into you'd think I was still in prep, a building phase. So yeah, it's really important after you've finished a dieting phase that if it's a harsh dieting phase, you want to make sure that you are in a good position, you are healthy, you are healed, because a prep puts a lot of strain on your body. So you want to make sure that you're healthy and healed.
and that your body is in a good position to be able to grow. And like, I'm probably in the best position for an off season that I've ever been in. My gut is actually in a good place. I can eat without problems now. The only thing that kicks up is raw onion. It makes me very bloated. And tomatoes, they they give me a tingly mouth. But I think they're also really common in lots of people. So yeah, we're actually all good. So I am fast approaching 36 years old, and realistically in my timeline, I'm not that far off from menopause. So it's kind of, I'm weighing up the decision of, if I come off of everything, I don't know, and no doctor's been able to answer this question for me. I don't know if I come off my HRT and regain a cycle, if I can regain a cycle, if I will go through menopause. Because I've not had an established cycle for a really long time. I might have just somehow skipped the menopause. Like, maybe I'm just not going to go through it because I don't have them in the first place. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I'm kind of debating whether or not I do take out HRT or if I just stay on it. There are some doctors that have said to me, just stay on it. There are other doctors that have suggested that I could come off and if I don't need it. But the overwhelming majority of doctors I've spoken to have said, why would you come off? Because you're just going to put yourself at a disadvantage because you're not creating these hormones naturally. So we need to replace them. If I don't, for reference, if you don't have these hormones, you are at greater risk of osteoporosis. There are some studies that suggest that the reason women suffer from dementia more than men is because of menopause happening, and obviously men's testosterone dips in their 40s or 50s, I think. But female hormones are very protective of memory and brain function. I'm not a doctor. I've just read some things. I'm just going with what I know. No one shoot me online for having read some studies to try and understand how my body works, please. So yeah, I'm very much caught between, do I take out HRT if my body can work without it? Or do I keep it in until I die? Who knows?
Good morning. It is the 20th of October. It is approaching 9 a.m. I am being picked up in about half an hour to go to Heathrow Airport to fly to Orlando for the week for work. Now, when you say I'm going to Orlando for work, people are like, oh yeah, Disney, is it? No, honestly, this is about to be one of the busiest weeks of my life. I have done this expo with work. This will be my third time. 3 years ago it was Atlanta. Last year it was Vegas. This year it's Orlando. And they are very, 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 very long days. We work all the way through the day at the expo, then we socialise and network in the evening, and then we repeat every day until we have nothing left. But I'm going to take you along on the trip with me. I'm going to vlog as much as I can without making it boring work stuff. But it's going to be good. And I'm going to try and vlog, as I say, show you what my normal life is like without being too fucking boring. Yeah. Okay, I have errands to do, so I'm gonna go sort my stuff out, pack my bag. I've done my meal prep for the plane. We are Gucci. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit.
Let's go.
We're here. Good morning.
welcome to our crib. We landed in Orlando last night, and this morning I'm cooking white fish and I'm putting on a brew. I've had 5 hours sleep. We got straight on time zone. And yeah, we went shopping, so we've got coffee, we've got we stole the trolley because we had so many bags. Yeah, I'm with 2 guys from work, so they've got other things, but I got gluten-free rice cakes. I picked up this because these in America are unreal, so I shall make some gingerbread bread. I got some coffee. One of the guys got this. I just made one. It was absolutely horrible. I brought my Skinny Food vanilla flavour drops with me. Picked up this at the supermarket. It's like a squash, but it has got caffeine in it. But squash in America isn't really a thing. I got this almond butter, which I'm very excited for. Cinnamon almond butter. Obviously some salt, because that is important. I got white fish, I got eggs, the obligatory Gatorade. I'm trying to stick to my meal plan as best I can, so I've got sweet potato, I've got grapes, I got a boatload of chicken, and that is it. The shop was very expensive. For just a handful of items, it was $200. Ouch. But yeah, I'm gonna prep my chicken, I'm gonna have a coffee, and oh, she's done. And then I'm gonna go to the on-site gym, check that out, train. If it's really bad, I believe there is an Iron Religion gym nearby, which is $38 for the week, so I might do that. Also, one final thing. That doesn't look like what it looks like at home. If you don't already, put salt in your coffee. Put a few grains of salt in your coffee, and then let me know how it changed your life. You're welcome. Day 1 of the expo, and we have just got to the venue, so we have to set up the stand today. But these are very cool places. Like, we've all seen bodybuilding expos. You think the stands are good there? In the print industry, they're like next level because everyone prints their own stands. It's very, very cool. There's normally quite a lot of good swag here as well, so like go around on the last day and get some bits and bobs. But yeah, 24 and a bit hours awake, because you got to get straight on time zone, right? So went to bed at midnight, which was 5:30, and I'd been up from 4:30 the day before. But I'm straight on time zone. I actually feel alright considering. Went to the gym this morning on site. It was okay. I would much rather have a gym nearby. I think there's an Iron Religion gym nearby, but I don't think I'm going to have time realistically to get like solid sessions in. So I'm going to treat this week as a deload. So yeah, did a little session this morning. Got a boatload of steps because I got lost on the way to the hotel gym. Because it's not a hotel, it's a city. So yeah, came back, meal prepped, got everything with me in my bag, and later we're going to play top golf, which should be cool. At home we have pigeons. Here they have storks in the car park. So, part 1 of day 1 is done. Now we're walking back to the apartments. We're going to go back later, finish building our expo stand, and top golf tonight. And it's absolutely gorgeous here. It's so hot. Just think I was in England a couple of days ago in the pissing rain. Good evening. I am coming to you from a setting sun in Florida. And it is a little bit chilly, and the day is very warm, but there's a little breeze tonight. I came out in a little crop top, and then I was like, no, I need a jumper because I know what I'm like. Anyway, it's been a really busy few days. Trip hasn't really been what I thought it would be. I think there's a few reasons for that. One, I've been very homesick. I knew I would be. I'm not one for change. I don't really like being out of routine. I'm missing people at home quite a lot. Got a little bit upset the other morning. Because the problem is when you feel homesick and then you want to go home, like, oh, that sky is so pretty. Oh, I've got face tracking on, I can't even show it properly. Oh, it's so pretty. My bad, I got distracted by the pretty sky. Yeah, like, the problem is when you feel homesick and then you think about the fact that you're not going home until insert the number of days later, it's like, I'm stuck. I hate feeling stuck. And yeah, sometimes you just wanna cuddle, right? But we have to do adult things sometimes that we don't really want to do. But anyway, it's been a good trip. Good work-wise, like, really good group of guys that I'm here with as well. So that's good. Now, the cowboy bar was not what I thought it would be. So that was really disappointing. As a girl that loves a bit of country music, I was expecting cowboy bar country music. Whereas I think they played 2 country songs. Yeah, so as a girl that loves country, I was expecting cowboy bar, country music, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. There was bull riding. I did not get on the bull. Knowing me, I would have pulled a ligament, broken an arm, would have been out of the bodybuilding game for a while, would have been miserable, so wasn't wise. Oh my god, that sky. Oh my god. Woo. One sec. That doesn't do it justice. Like, what? What? Insert Zach Bryan something in the orange. Wow. Oh, that is really zoomed in. Must look the right way on the road to cross. Yeah, so cowboy bar was a disappointment. There was a sports bar tonight, but then there was like a work thing with customers and a dinner. My stomach is not very happy on this trip. So yeah, I've bowed out of that and I've come for a walk. and it's absolutely beautiful. Back from my walk, where I was attempting to find good snacks. I walked to Walgreens. We have a Publix near our apartment. Publix with an X. Doesn't have any good Oreos. Just the standard range. So I was like, I'll go to a Walgreens, see what I can find. If you know America, you know Target is where it's at, but there isn't a Target nearby. I need the rental car for that. Walgreens was a letdown. Even their just generic chocolate selection, very expensive by the way as well, like $2 to $3 per chocolate bar. So we're gonna go to Target probably Saturday before we fly back. But I got the caramel big cup. This doesn't seem like a lot. I'm saving myself for Target. I got a Twix Snickerdoodle. I love Twix. The size of it though, it's so small. That was $3. This. I love a Snickers as well. I got a Snickers almond. That's gonna bang. And it was quite an expensive shop because I always get melatonin when I'm here as well. So I chopped off my melatonin. These are 10 milligram per tab. They are, I've had these ones before. They're like cherry and they dissolve under your tongue. And these were 240 tablets at 10 milligrams each. They were like $25 per pot. Ooh, ouchie. I do want to go back to Publix though, although it's so expensive, man. Like, honest, I don't know how Americans live. I know they get paid more than us, but this almond butter, I put this on my story and everyone was like, bro, this brand, this tastes exactly like cinnamon roll or like cinnamon crunch. So good. The only thing is it's not oily. It's really like, I'll show you. It's solid. It's more of a spreader. What else have I got? Oh, everything bagel. Can't use it yet because at the moment with my gut rebuild, garlic and onion, no bueno. I got these for my meals whilst I was here. Thought they were going to be really good. Cinnamon toast rice cakes. They don't taste like much. It was quite disappointing. My colleague bought these and I've had one of them. Oh my god, so good. I'm gonna get a box and bring it back. Now, the gingerbread cake I haven't tried. However, when I was in Atlanta 3 years ago, I got a pumpkin bread. I got 2 boxes of this pumpkin bread one. Oh my god, I should have bought 10 boxes. It was so good. Can't remember what store I got that from. It was a random supermarket, but that was really, really good. Store. Been here 5 days. Supermarket. But if you're in a supermarket and you're asking about other stores, like I just did earlier, you have to say store because they're like, supermarket? As if they don't know what you're saying. Also, my colleague that bought the Pop-Tarts also bought these. Dill pickle lays. If you know me, I am not ashamed to say that I've eaten quite a few of these. Sorry, Mads. I was really trying to stay on plan this week. Okay, let's chat. I am really struggling to stay on plan. I'm not eating loads, but it's just little nibbles that I'm having. Like, they've gone out for dinner. every night since we've been here, I haven't gone out for dinner once. I've prepped all my meals in the apartment. I've taken them to show. But the problem I've got is like things like this. I have no joy in my diet right now. So I'm trying to find joy in little things and I can't find it anywhere. And I know my diet will change and improve and it will get better, but right now, little things like this are bringing me joy. Which my weight means that my weight is sitting higher than we wanted it to sit. So before I left, I think I was like 55 kilos, and Mads wanted me to stay under 55 really, because food's only at 2,000 calories. So we're not even really into the off season yet, so we're still trying to fix the gut, which is mad because my show was the 31st of August. But yeah, my show weight was like 47 kilos, I think. So to sit at 55, when my show was the 31st of August and we are now the 24th of October, it's not great. But I'm healthy. I haven't binged at all. Eating a few of these, but also like, when I say I'm searching for joy, I'm also like having extra grapes and things like that. Not a lot, like 4 extra grapes. By the way, 4 grapes is 40 grams of grapes, and I know that because that's all I'm allowed in one sitting. So yeah, I've just had like extra grapes because they're really nice and I'm enjoying them. But I need to stop that. This has turned into a Dear Diary situation. I need to stop that because I'm really uncomfortable with how I look. It's not nice. I was lean for a really long time and I don't want to stay lean because that's not cute. But equally, I need to be in a solid position for pushing food up in an off season and growing. And with where my body composition is at right now, it's not good. So, I mean, let's keep it real. So it's not like the end of the world, but that's me tensing. When I relax, because my gut is really, really unhappy, this is better than it was, you know? Oh, pants are a little bit low. Yeah, so when I relax, this is where we're at. My gut is very unhappy. Been unhappy since I got here. And it was actually... yeah. Oh, God. That fell over. Yeah, my gut has been unhappy since I got here, realistically. It was fine on the plane. And even though I've not eaten any triggering foods, like the first day, I think the reason I sort of pressed the fuck it button with regards to like little crisps and snacks and things like that is just because I stuck on plan for like 2 solid days with traveling and everything else, and still my stomach on the first day here, just like the first full day, so I was 2 days into back in exactly on my macros, my stomach just started really kicking up a fuss, and I was like, fuck this shit, man. Even when you do as you're told and you stick to the FODMAP rules, it still fucks you. So yeah, need to sort my life out. Need to be in a good position to grow. And let me be clear for people being like, you're not even fat. I'm not saying I'm fat. I'm saying I'm uncomfortable. And I'm also saying that where I am right now with food and my body composition doesn't allow for me to push food much further to be in a good position to grow. So that's what I need to sort out. I did say to Mads, if needs be, I will do a little tidy up. Don't really want to diet again. Equally, as I said, need to be in a good position to grow. Anyway, I'm going to have my dinner now. Probably just going to be some chicken and some zucchini, I think. because I'm allowed to eat that now, zucchini. What a tosser. I said zucchini because that's what it's on the FODMAP list that Mad sent me, and that's what it says on here. Yeah, I'm going to have some courgette, spiral courgette. Only like 40 grams of it. This whole thing is what? 10 ounces? 10 ounces. I don't know what that is in grams. Yeah, so again, 283 grams. And I'm going to have 40 grams of it. Don't worry, I'm not wasting the food. The people that I'm with, my colleagues, they are also eating this with me. Not tonight, but they'll have it for lunch tomorrow. Much to their distaste. Okay, bye. I am as tired as I look. We are finished with work now. Fly back tomorrow, so tonight we thought we'd make the most of it. And the Orlando Magic basketball team are in town, so we're going to go watch a basketball match. Apparently the seats are nosebleed. So, I don't know what I'm going to say. I brought my glasses because otherwise I ain't seeing shit, really. Sadly, they didn't win. They were winning up until like the last fucking 10 minutes. And then they fucked it. But it was really good. 12-10 would recommend to a friend. I used to play basketball in school, which people will go, why would you? You're really fucking small. But I did. And it made me feel like I was, made me feel nostalgic. So yeah. All the valets coming to get the fucking players' cars. Wild. Anyway, it's been a very, very long vlog. I have captured hair treatment. I've shown you a little bit of my work trip. I have not been very good at keeping up with my YouTube channel. Life has been very busy and I didn't pick up the camera enough, and I will change that. But yeah, if you have got this far, thank you so much for watching. I have about an hour until I've got a consult call for online coaching, which would be very cool. I need to do some plans as well, some meal plans. And yeah, coaching's going really well. It's still early days, but I've got some good girls on board and they're all thriving, and we love to hear that. We love to see it. We love to hear it. It's so rewarding getting messages from women saying like, I didn't think I could eat this much, or I didn't think I'd feel this good, or I can see the difference in my pictures, or I went on a trip and I didn't have like a binge restrict cycle, and that's like major. Women feeling stronger in the gym, feeling better about themselves, which is amazing. Really, really good. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. You know the drill with YouTube. Like, comment, subscribe, share. And I promise I will do better with my vlogs. Pocket out.